want to show off for you. Now, I do not know the full backstory on everything here, so I will just go over this as best as possible for Nick. So we did a super custom dial, I believe, for his grandpa. Canned air right here. Hopefully that should help. There we go. So, did a full-on stainless steel and black build. So what we had to do that. Brushed case, stainless steel sandwich dial. This is one of the first ones of these I've done. So everything was laser etched, and then some of it was cut completely out. And then we backside loomed it, filled this with black paint, sanded it down. So we got the P2V. Oh man, is that 5F? Let me grab your build card real quick. Yeah, P2V-5F. Neptune. I believe that was the... I swear I should have probably read our chat a little bit better, and it's been a while, so I'm not sure if that was the plane that he flew in. But we've got the dates laser etched there in the top, 62 to 65. We've got the red lancers here engraved on the clasp. Got a little bit of never gets better there at the bottom. Just some different things that he wanted us lasered on there. So you can see red lancers referenced there. And then the plane itself. So turned out really freaking awesome. Did a kind of a polished tall coin with a silver insert with black accents. Just kind of a continuation to align with the dial. We did initials here on the crown when that finally focuses. Lower profile exhibition case back on there, and did a gilded rotor in there, and then stainless steel movement holder. So that is the build as a whole. So also this engineered band is nice and brushed. So what I was going to get at is if you ever nick it, just use the Scotch-Brite, use the green side of the Scotch-Brite, and then just brush it in. Same thing on this, just brush it down or brush it in the same direction. Same thing on the clasp. And then silver handset. So, wow, it's not ticking. I needed to wind it up. So this is a perfect time to show that. So bezel will turn left, bezel will turn right. We just hold it on there with a good amount of tension. If the watch is dead or you're not going to be very active, before you just put it on and just run around, make sure you pre-wind it. So what you do is you back the threads off the crown, or back the crown off the threads. And at that point you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. And as you can see, when you start winding, it starts going, okay? A wind away from you is what winds it. Backwards doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier and a lot quicker to just go back and forth like this. If you do it for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep time throughout the day. And if you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out that 31 plus hour power reserve. You cannot overwind it. So you can just sit here and wind this all day. It will not hurt it. It's not a hacking movement, so when you pull, it's going to keep going. You've got a wobble crown, so it's going to deflect lateral pressure from going into the stem and going into the movement. So it's just going to kind of roll with it. What I do to also help with that is I just kind of pull straight back as I'm setting the time. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 6 p.m.
6 p.m. It also makes it nice and easy to push right over and thread down. So that is the build as a whole. Hope he loves it, man. With the build, going to have some matching beads, and if memory serves correctly, and of course I don't have a light over here, but I believe these are, you've got some loom beads here. I don't know how it works with my flashlights. I buy like 9 of them, and then they all just go to one area, and then they just stay there. So I don't even have anything over here to kind of show, but I'm pretty positive those are loom beads. Now, additionally with this, we did one of my ammo pouch style Italian leather straps, and then I did a compass etching on the keeper. So that will go with it too. So when it's cold out, instead of running one of these, you can run one of these. So that would be the look on the watch. So you've got quick disconnects for the stainless steel. I'll include some spring bars for this one. And then just kind of work on once you put them on there. It might be a little bit tight because this is nice, fresh Italian leather. But we got them, the holes kind of lined up decently where there is a little bit of, shouldn't be too much room before it's hitting the case. But if it rubs a little bit, just keep working them back and forth until it rubs it in. And then he also wanted an engraved case back to swap over for in loving memory of Deb. So keeping that one on there, but this can get swapped over back and forth however he prefers, or however Nick prefers that's passing it over to him. So that is the build as a whole. What else? It's going to come in just one of my nice like white kind of finish or silver kind of finish special edition boxes. I love when I show new things and how my phone doesn't know to focus on it. It just thinks to not focus on anything. So that is the build as a whole. It's going to come with a few things which for whatever reason I didn't grab, but I will right now. So every build comes with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. So this whole watch, as it sits, you can clean with this non-toxic, non-residue, non-streaking. But with that leather, we're also going to have some leather conditioner. If that leather is ever not as pliable and soft, apply it. Let it soak in on both sides. Remove any excess, but a little bit will go a long way. And then it will be nice and soft again. And then you're going to have some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged into our little squeezy bottles. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it. If you do, put a tiny bit on it, buff against it, filling that scratch. Generate some heat with your thumb utilizing your microfiber that's included. And just go back and forth on it. You will fill that scratch and just use what you need because you're only filling a tiny scratch. So don't throw a bunch on there, and it will go back to looking perfect right away. So that's the build. I hope you like it. That was one of the first dials that I've done with a guy I've been working with overseas, and came out really, really, really well for essentially a sandwich dial. So was light etching in it, and I was worried I couldn't paint fill it, but I was able to. And let it bake in there really good, and was able to sand it without it pulling out, which is what I was worried about because it wasn't very deep, and it turned out awesome. So hope he loves it, Nick. Appreciate you, man. And that is the build. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I will see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks for your time, guys.